Episode 379, Run Your Own Local LLM, a review of LM Studio.
The primitive forms of artificial intelligence we already have proved very useful.
AI is a golden opportunity.
How do we ensure that this technology is regulated?
The long arc of technological history is now in an extraordinary new phase.
The AI6 podcast with Joanne Sweeney.
Earlier this year, a small team in New York shipped a new version of an app that lets you run powerful AI models on your own laptop without sending a single piece of data to the cloud. The app is called LM Studio. It's free for personal use, free for use at work, and the latest release turns it into something that organizations can deploy properly. And today I'm asking, is it time you tried running AI on your own machine? Hello, and you're very welcome back to AI6. I'm Joanne Sweeney, and I'm on a mission to upskill 500,000 people in just 6 minutes a day. So we're all very familiar with LLMs, large language models like Copilot, Perplexity, Gemini, ChatGPT, Claude. But what if you could have your own large language model on your own computer? Well, that's exactly what LM Studio is offering. So the AI lives on your computer, the prompt and the responses all stay on your own hardware. Nothing goes out. LM Studio was created at Element Labs in New York, founded by Yagi Borowski, who used to work at Apple. It launched in May 2023, but in 2025, it announced that LM Studio would be free to use at work. You didn't need a commercial license. You could just install it and off you go. So the app gives you a clean interface where you can browse and download open models from Hugging Face, the world's largest model repository. So we're talking about Meta's Llama, Mistral, Google's Gemma, Alibaba's Quinn, NVIDIA's Nematron, OpenAI's OpenGPT OSS, DeepSeek, and many more. You pick one, you download it, and you chat with it the same way that you chat with ChatGPT, except it's running on your machine. It also has a built-in retrieval feature, which means that you can drop your own documents in and ask questions about them. Your own information, your style guides, tone of voice, commercially sensitive information. And of course, for anyone working in a regulated industry, that's a different proposition that might be attractive. But then they had an upgrade. The release of LM Studio version 4.0 was what makes this episode worth doing now. And it's been all over the AI community online as people are testing it, trying it, and also giving their feedback. So what you can do with this new upgrade is an IT team could now run LM Studio for a whole department on shared infrastructure, the way they would run any other internal tool. The next upgrade is around parallel requests. So previously, if 5 people queried the same local model, they queued up. Now they can all be served at the same time. And thirdly, there's a new API endpoint that mirrors how OpenAI's API works. So if your developers have already built workflows that talk to ChatGPT, they can point those workflows at a local model with very little change. There's also an enterprise plan with single sign-on and the ability to control which models people in your organization are allowed to run. But of course, there's no such thing as a free lunch in this world. Local AI runs on your hardware, which means your hardware has to be capable. LM Studio recommends at least 16 gigabytes of RAM and ideally a graphics card with 4 gigabytes of dedicated memory or more. Apple Silicon Macs from M1 onwards are particularly well suited because of how their memory is designed. Windows machines need a modern processor and a decent GPU. Linux is supported, including on the new NVIDIA DGX Spark and DGX Station boxes. And back in episode 308, I covered France's deal with Mistral, where the French military insisted that every AI system runs on French infrastructure under French control. And that was because they wanted sovereign AI inside their government. So LM Studio is sovereign AI of sorts at a personal and organizational level. And this really speaks to something I've been talking about a lot lately, and that's the rise of domain expertise AI. And if you're a frequent listener to this podcast, you will know that I'm building one myself, govcomms.ai, for government and public sector communications teams. And the point of these specialist tools is that they understand your context. And the point of local AI is that they live where your data lives. Put the two together and you start to see the shape of what serious AI use will look like in 2026 and beyond. Specialist, private, on infrastructure that you control. So LM Studio is not difficult to use. I would suggest that if you're interested in having your own local model, it's something that you should certainly test. That's it for today's show. If you're ready to turn these insights into skills, here's how I can help. Get your copy of my book, AI Playbook, on Amazon. It's the perfect companion to the show. For weekly AI strategies, subscribe to my newsletter, Human in the Loop, on LinkedIn. Or if you want to take the next big step, you can take our CPD accredited professional diploma in AI. Maybe you need something more tailored for your organization. You can book a call in my calendar at digitaltraining.ie. Or if you work in government or public sector, go over to publicsectormarketingpros.com. If you found this episode useful, please share it with a pro that you know. And I'd love to read your comments on Spotify. And if you can, take a second to like, rate, or subscribe wherever you listen. It really helps the show. This is AI6. I'll talk to you on the next episode.